In this really quick video guide, I want to show you a really important command which is called the bridge command. And this is going to be specific for this, and I'm going to show you how you can create a quick block out of an architecture for a video game or for architecture or design, etc. So first I'm going to expand the sidebar on the right, and from here I will give this cube the dimensions of a wall, and then from that wall we will extend, we will extrude, we will cut, and we will also bridge. So I'm gonna put like 0.3 for the thickness and 3 meters for the height and 6 meters for the width. So we're gonna start like, let's assume this is gonna be the first phase of our architecture, or our wall. So it's a wall. Now I can cut through using the Boolean, but instead I wanna use polygonal modeling or hard polygonal modeling. So I need to switch from object mode to edit mode. I can go in the modeling interface directly, and I am already here in editable mode. So I can edit this box using the vertices, using the faces, using the edges. And if you find this difficult, you can check the Blender video course in the channel, and we also have other courses and guides. So I'm going to use the LoopCut tool to cut in the middle of this, precisely in the middle. I can do it horizontally, I can do it vertically. Let's start horizontally. So I'm going to cut right there, and then I will adjust the cut by going down here and expand this little panel that is almost invisible, but it's really important. I'm going to increase the number of cuts. So depending on how I want to place the doors and the windows in the wall. So I want to do something simple. I just want to use like three stripes, three faces, or two cuts in this case. And then I'm going to do also this vertically. So I'm going to select, and well, now I have three stripes of 1 meter. Now if I cut right there and I divide into 5 cuts, I will have exactly 1 meter faces, or from each side, so from every side. So I'm going to increase this to 5, and you can see now I have all squares, and this will help me a lot to do something modular using 1 meter as the unit, as the module. Okay, so once you have finished to cut here and there the wall, we can start also to create the holes that will host the windows and the doors. So I will select the move or the select tool, otherwise I will keep on cutting, which I don't really want to do that. So make sure you are not in the loop cut anymore, and select by holding shift. You can select multiple faces, so you want to select from both sides and then right click and do bridge. So that's the command, the magic command, which will create a hole using those faces. Instead of using the Boolean, which is less precise, you can do it quickly using the bridge. And then I can also remove that by clicking X or the delete key to remove the faces in there, because maybe I don't want that. Now let's do the window, same thing. So I'm going to select both of those and then go on the other side and select the other two. Now you can either right click, or the other way is to look for the command um, in the menus. So I thought it was in the mesh or in the face at first, but then I found I don't find it here. I find it in edge. So maybe they will add it later, but for this time I'm going to use bridge edge, and there you go. Now it's the same result. Now I'm going to select these three faces on the side of the wall, because let's say that, okay, I've done the wall, but I want to do the entire house or the entire apartment, the entire building. Well, now it's just a matter of extending. So to do that, we can either like select and move this and make it bigger, or we can proceed with the extrusion. So if I go to extrude region, I click and drag the yellow dot with the plus icon, and I will extrude. And here I can set up precise measurements. So 0.3 if you want to do 30 centimeters. And usually that's, the average wall. And then I'm going to go from this other side and click and drag again. And let's do this like 6 meters. So I'm going to type 6 or 5 or 4, whatever you want to do. And then again, if you want to do be careful here when you extrude. Don't be in the white circle, but you need to carefully select the yellow gizmo there with the plus icon. And again, I'm going to do this 0.3, so it means 30 centimeters. And then I can proceed now inside right here. So click again and drag. Now, if you want to be aligned, which is suggested, like I'm doing right here, you need to do this up here. You need to activate the snap, and then you need to select snap to vertex. I find this really helpful when I'm doing art polymodeling, creating walls and making things as much as precise as I can. So I can snap to the other side, and now these two are perfectly aligned. Now, if I select again these three on the other side, so on both sides, I need to extrude, and now I can do a bridge. So let me just change this into 0.3 so I can create like an internal wall or an internal opening. So deactivate the snap because they're going to get in the way, certainly. So just turn it on when they are needed. So if I select just one of these face and I do bridge, I can create like a beam passing through the house. So this is a beam, and then those two are kind of the pillars or structural wall. And then I can continue here with more. So let's continue. Kind of a big beam, but it's just an example. And again, let's do 6 meters or 4 meters, whatever, and then extrude again, 0.3. Let's create now the closing wall. So I will select all three instead of just one. And again, I'm going to bridge. So bridge will create bridges. But if you use it when you have something already, it's going to create holes. So you can use it both ways to add and remove. Now, if you go down here, you also have other options which you can test and try, but the most important one is the number of cuts. If you use number of cuts, you can cut, you can twist then, and you can do other things, but well, make sure you don't mess this up too much. And then you have also smoothness, and you can change um, the way this is going to be bridged. That's the cuts right there. And there you go. So you can like expand. So I'm gonna keep it simple because I want to close this architecture. So what I'm gonna do is, again, select now the faces I want to remove. So let's say I want to create a big window here, and then select the tree, right click and bridge. And I can continue like this forever. I can create again an entire building. I can go up and create more floors, or I can extend this horizontally, creating other rooms. And then I loop cut to create cuts, and then I use the face selection and bridge to create openings between rooms, etc., etc. It goes forever. Be careful there to not to mess up again with the parameters so it doesn't create strange stuff. So this will be all for this video guide. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to thank us, join the channel as a supporter, and check our other video courses in Blender. We also created 3D architecture Blender video course and much more. So go and check it out. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.